I can't do tutorials on brushes without doing tutorials on the makeup products you're using with the brushes and why. Here's how you get this look. It's really important to understand the distinction between these tools. Each of them exist for a different reason. Let's use Patrick Ta and the Lightworks palette, volume 5 by Danessa Myrick. In my hands, I have 4 what I call your essential blending tools. Mario EF2 brush is much fuller. She's got volume, she's got fullness. This is Christina's hair, and this is Alexis's hair. This is the NARS brush. I'm gonna show you the distinction of using a wider, fuller dome and a smaller dome. And just so you have awareness, there are another 2 domes. This is a Sigma E33 brush, and this is a NARS brush. I call this one the bullet brush. The size of your eye is gonna dictate which one of these are most optimal for you. So if I was to go ahead and take this little bullet brush, it would deposit a tremendous amount of color. I'm going cool tone today, so I'm in the bottom row of Patrick Ta. I'm gonna show you what depositing this color with the bullet brush looks like. What I can't do with something so dense and short in terms of the bristles is blend this in a way that is gonna look fresh and smooth on skin. You don't wanna see harsh lines on eyeshadow unless that is the look you're going for. To blend this, I could either reach for any one of these 3 brushes. If I reach for my largest and most fluffiest, it's gonna cover the largest surface area. It's also gonna blend well. If I reach for the smaller fluffy brush, it's gonna blend a smaller surface area. If I were to take the NARS, the only brush I've yet to play with here and show you, dip it right into that cool tone beige, I'm gonna go in, notice the surface area the NARS is hitting. I did not get as much deposit of pigment. I didn't pick up quite as much pigment either, because this is a fluffier, looser brush. If I wanted to go even smaller, I would go into the Sigma, more of a diffusing, detailing brush. It's a lot of variables happening at the same time, and that's just for this eyeshadow that is a matte traditional pressed powder eyeshadow from Patrick Ta. Once Lightworks enters the chat, this is an entirely different style formulation. The texture of these is different. The composition of these shadows is different. The amount of oils they have in them is different. The amount of pearls they have in them is different. The way the product is picked up is different. Thus, the way it lays down is different. I just want to elevate this simple matte shadow. If I were to take the NARS loose brush and I were to go and try and lay down Danessa's Lightworks, I'm not going to get the same color deposit. You can see that we have a softer deposit. It's not as strong as the deposit of color with my finger. It would be a similar experience if we took Mario. Now the bullet brush is a different beast, isn't it? Because look at how much product I picked up. Look at all the control I have. If you're seeing that a certain texture of eyeshadow as you're putting it on with a brush isn't giving you what you want it to give you, use a different brush or dive in with your finger. Going in now to liner. I'm reaching for a black flow-through brush tip Japanese liner by MAC. I've been using them, and the key to these style of products is understanding whether or not they're gonna dry out on you quickly. Notice how thin I'm making the line. Notice how when I lay this brush down horizontally, it's really allowing me to keep it that thin because of how tiny the brush is, so that I can get as close as I want. I have the utmost control. What is really special about this eyeliner is the release of the black fluid from the well. I'm not sure on price point, but I've still been wildly impressed. The real question is, how long will she last? In her ability to just consistently release uniform black pigment for me. I am really into this one size mascara, except that the molded brush, the red bristles that are underneath this black bulk, are a little bit rough on my eyes, but I do really like the way that it makes my lashes look. So beauty sometimes can be a little bit of pain, friends, but just be prepared. You may be used to like a comfortable wire brush kind of tickling your eyes versus like a hard plastic. I like how good of a job it does at bringing the lashes up and out. It does take a lot of coats, but I did want to use the one size for its amazing hold and grip as almost like a lash curling step. I'm ready to go exploring for the day with my finished look. Tell me in the comments what else you want to see and ask any questions you have. I'll see you next time, my beauty queens.